Okay, Enunciation Latin class, Capitulum nonum, Pastor et oves pars una. So let's begin our Oratio Initialis. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum. Benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. And I thought I'd start off with a cartoon here. Does everybody get that? Is there anybody who doesn't get it?
I don't
I
know
don't get it.
I don't know what inoshe means.
Excuse me.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
So cave draconum. And by the way, draconum is a nice third declension word, so it seemed appropriate.
I missed the pile of ashes. I get it now.
Yes. So, you've heard of goat yoga and all the other crazy yogas. Well, this is why you don't hear of dragon yoga. It's too dangerous. Okay, so the big thing is the third declension. I guess I'll go through some of the charts first, and then we'll go to the readings. Up till now, you've really only seen the first and second declensions. They did sneak a few third declensions in there, like pater and mater, but they didn't. They just had the nominative form, so they snuck by you. And of course, the second declension, which are the US and UM by and large, masculine and neuter nouns and adjectives. However, there are actually 5 declensions in Latin, so we really have 3 more to go. The third is the third is definitely the most important because it has a very rich set of words and it's all over the scripture and liturgy. There are 4th and 5th declension words. Spiritus is actually 5th declension. But there are much fewer words than what's in the third, or for that matter, the first and second. So, and the other reason they held off on the third declension is the first and second are relatively straightforward. There's not a lot. Well, if you can think of declensions and cases as straightforward, not too bad. The third is a little trickier. It's got some important quirks or differences, as you might say. And there's Adam. We're going to ease into the third declension, okay? In fact, we're going to take 4 chapters to cover it. So 9, 10, 11, and 12, we're kind of ramping up some of the third declension nouns. Now, for this chapter, we're going to stick with the easy ones, the masculine and feminine nouns, and the ones that are fairly simple in their conjugation patterns. The first thing that's tricky is the endings are the same for masculine and feminine nouns. So if I were to show you a random third declension noun, you would have no way of knowing whether it was masculine or feminine. So you really have to, unlike the first and second, you can pretty well guess that first is feminine, the second is masculine or neuter. There are a few exceptions, but for third, you're out of luck. You really have to either memorize it in a phrase with some adjectives that indicate it, or just flat out memorize it. So the other thing is there's 2 kinds of third declension nouns. I stems and the cleverly labeled non-I stems. Fortunately, the differences are pretty small there. The I stems, the only difference really is the I stems have an IUM ending in the genitive plural. Non-I stems just have UM in the genitive plural. So otherwise, they're the same endings. And so I got a little chart here. You can see we're adding the third declension. This is the easy way to mark non-I stem. So typically the I stems will end in S, usually IS in the singular or S. Whereas others generally do not, well, they end in just about everything but S. And the only difference here is down here, the IUM versus the UM. And they sort of follow a similar pattern with the first and second, in that they all end in M in the singular accusative. They end in S in the plural accusative. And the dative and ablative plurals are the same. They're not our familiar is, but ibus. So if you remember our mulieribus, there is a nice feminine third declension noun that you've actually been using all along. So yes, Teresa, what?
Okay, you said the ICM, the end, and anything but S. I started reading the companion, and like, my day's been a little crazy today. What I took away from it was that they basically had a naked ending, that they didn't have endings on them. Was I misreading something there?
Well, it obviously has an ending.
Well, I mean, but like it ends in S, or it does. It's like.
I'll get to some examples here.
Okay, all right. I'll probably pick it up as we go along.
Well, no, you're right. I just don't like the way you're phrasing it. That's all.
Sucks to be me.
If you say so.
Could be like dens he's thinking of, DENS.
Well,
DEN.
dens is two,
IT.
and that's an I stem.
Well, yeah, but you drop the IT and just put an S for the third declension, correct? I mean, for the third, the third declension, yeah. Yes, no?
I think I lost you somewhere. Say that again, Michael.
Okay. The word for tooth.
Dens.
D-E-N-T-I, dense. I-S. You drop the T-I,
Yes.
and you just put an S on it. It's the D-E-N-S.
Well, that's the nominative form, is dens.
Right.
And then the genitive form is dentis. So
you bring the T back?
no,
I thought the T disappears.
no. Okay.
The root word is dens, D-E-N, right?
D-E-N-S. No, the root is D-E-N-S.
Okay,
Tell you
correct.
what, hold off on that. Let me explain something.
Okay.
I think I see where some of the confusion is coming from.
Okay.
So anyway, nominative forms have no ending. And when we say no ending, we mean there's nothing special out here to indicate nominative form. Whereas over here, there was a very clear ending to indicate nominative form. Okay. So there is okay, for example, pastor has no, it's known as it's known as a consonant stem, or a consonant stem is also known as a non-I stem. Okay. And the reason they call it a consonant stem is because it ends in a consonant. Okay. So the S ending nominative form of the nouns, those are called I stems. So pastor ends in a R or an OR. Okay. Whereas avis, or sheep, is an I stem because it ends in an S. Okay. So that's the difference between the consonant stem and the I stem. So that's
dense would be a oh God, I'm losing it. Would be an I stem word?
I'm sorry, what would be?
dens, D-E-N-S
Yes,
would be.
dens is
an I-
definitely an I stem word. So yes.
Okay, okay. I thought it had to be a vowel plus the syllable in a vowel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it just ends in S.
Okay, got it.
Now,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. IS. You have to have a
other
vowel.
part, yeah, the other part is while the forms, the non-nominative forms, okay, the base may change, okay. So for pastor, if we look at the accusative here, pastor, the accusative is pastorem, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So pastor is going to take, that is the base. So pastorum, pastores, pastori, pastore, you know, easy. Just take pastor and glue these guys on there.
Got it.
Do I stem nouns always end in S for the nominative? I believe so, Laura, pretty much. Yeah, the S ending for the nominative form nouns are the I stems, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, whoops, let me skip down here. Rex, now this is one that does change. So, Rex in Italia est, the king is in Italy, okay? But if you're going to make it accusative, then it is regem. And so in the case of Rex, and you're going to take the reg and you're going to stick all these endings in there. So regem, regis, regi, rege, reges, reges, and rege, whoops, down one, is a consonant stem. It ends in an X, okay? Or I should say it ends in a non-S. Avis, okay? Avis ends in IS, and typically the ones that end in just a plain vowel S or an IS, they typically drop the S and that forms the base. So in this case, avis, avem, avis, avi, ave, aves, aves, avium, avibus, avibus, aves, okay? That's why I said these are a little more complicated. And now dens, you get to your dentist here.
Mm-hmm.
Dens is the nominative form, but it changes. This is an I stem that then changes its base form. And we have dent. So what we're going to go back up here is this may be dens up here, but it is dentem, dentis, denti, dente, dentes, dentes, dentium, or sorry, densium, densibus, densibus, dentes. So the point I'm making here is, unlike first and second declension, where you could just whack off the ending and glue the other endings on, it's a little trickier for third declension. For some of them, it's if it ends in a consonant like that, or a non-S word, then it's pretty simple. That is the root. And if it is an IS, then that's pretty simple, because the IS is basically the ending, and so you have the OV. And then if it's something odd, then it can change into something odd, okay? And so, and same thing with Rex.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to keep in mind both the nominative form and either well, usually what it is, it's the nominative and the genitive, although you can also do the nominative and the accusative if you want. But that's where you see it in, let's look up, all right, we'll look up dens. Okay. That's why, I don't know if you can see it terribly well, but you'll see dens and dentists up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the nominative form, and that's the genitive form. And ovis for sheep. They see OVIS, and then they put an IS there to indicate that the genitive form is the same and the OV is the root. Pater. Okay. Pater, patris. So you're going to drop that E and you're going to have a tris. So patris, patrem, etc. Same for mater.
Patris is the genitive form?
Yes.
Okay. Same thing with mater,
Yeah.
I think.
Go back here. In nomine patris, in the name of the Father.
Mhm.
So you've been using the genitive for ages in the Our Father. Okay.
Mhm.
So, whoops, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, let me look at this for a moment. No, I'm not going to worry about that. Here's some third declension examples. Okay. These are some I stems. Panis, panis. Okay. It ends in IS. And the nominative and the genitive form are the same. So it's like avis and avis. So again, you have that IUM. Otherwise, the endings are the same. Mors and mortis. Now, mors, okay. Yeah, mors and mortis. So mortium. And in this case, since these don't end in IS, this ends in S, which makes it an I stem, but it's not an IS. So you see the root for all the non-nominative changes. Third declension, rex regis. Okay, we already said that, noted him, and then mater matris. So the mater becomes matr. So matrem, matris, matri, matre, matres, matres, matron, matribus, matribus.
And then the panis and the mors, it's both masculine and feminine?
Oh, no, oh, no, 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 no. Sorry. This is, no, panis is masculine, mors is feminine. These
Oh, okay.
are masculine and feminine I stem nouns.
Thought
Okay.
I read in the companion, they said sometimes you got to determine the word, one of the qualifiers to determine whether it's masculine or feminine.
Correct.
And I'm trying to think of the word. Where is it now? I can't find it off the top of my head, but
Yeah. Well, no, in this case, panis is masculine and mors is feminine. Rex is masculine, no surprise, and mater is feminine.
Mhm.
So anyway, let's get started with some of the readings, and hopefully maybe that will help. So I'll use the big print here.
Please.
All right, I'll take the first one. Whoops, I need to leave the illustration up there. Yeah, yeah, actually the illustration here is quite helpful. Sol,
Mhm. Sun.
or not Sol, Sol. Sol is the sun. Chelum is the sky. Now, it also means the heavens. So if you think back to English, like if you were to, well, unless you were in California, I suspect it's probably starting to, is getting started over in
Yes, it is. Yes.
Michaelstown. But for those of us in the okay, so those of us here in the Houston area, it's quite dark, and so if we were to go out and look at the stars, we would see the stars in the heavens. So really, Chelum, which means sky, sky and heavens are interchangeable. And if you go back to very early cosmologies of the Mediterranean peoples, they believed they lived under a giant dome. And so everything up there was known as heaven. Now, usually when we say Chelum, liturgically we're referring to heaven, but it can mean sky. Mons, mountain. Silva, forest. Arbor, well, that's an easy one. Arbor Day, tree day, arboretum. Pastor, canis. Herba, which just means green plants, pretty much. Campus, field. Oves, sheep. Rivus, that's pretty easy to figure out. What did I leave? Oh, umbra, shade or shadow.
Collis.
Pardon? Oh, Collis is hill.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, I left one out. Is Saul a proper noun or a generic noun? It is a proper noun because the only thing in heaven soul. I want to make it a long O. For some reason, I want to make it a short O. I don't know why. Actually, let me look something up. Sometimes different dictionaries disagree on length. Oh, okay. Yep, solus. Okay.
Okay, as long as it's not capitalized, but I don't know if they're following the rules for names in Latin like this. And Saul being the only sun in the sky, you would think it'd be a proper noun, but if it's
it is, but the sun, okay. Now the problem, I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring up let's see, this one is probably a little easier to read. There we go. The sun. Okay. And so the problem is Latin originally had no capitalization.
right. That's what I was thinking when I asked the question.
And I have to qualify that slightly. They either wrote stuff in what are known as minuscules, which means lowercase letter, but when they were carving it on the side of temples or monuments, then they used what's known as majuscules or capital letters. And the reason is those were easier to carve in stone. Okay. This E here, which is a curve, is rather tricky in stone. But if you carve a capital E, then you get 3 horizontal lines and 1 straight one. Much easier.
Exempla.
Yeah. So capitalization of proper nouns is something that was added on many centuries later. And I want to say probably post-Renaissance. Yeah. So
as we're reading about Julius and
yep.
Amelia and stuff, that would all be lowercase in the middle of a sentence back then.
Probably, yeah. Again, depending upon the what's the word I want? The convention of the manuscript at the time. So, and by the way, they often left out spaces. So
I remember you telling us about that.
Yeah, so there's no spaces, no punctuation. It is a real challenge to read some of the really old documents to figure out, and to smooth it out and put in proper punctuation. So it's not as bad as you might think, but once you get the hang of it. But yeah, it's that's probably why literacy rates were so low. Anyway, all right, so let's begin here. I'll start with I'll do the first paragraph. Hic vir qui in campo ambulat, pastor Julii est. Pastor Julii. Pastor non solus est in campo, nam canis niger, cum eo est et centem oves. Niger, albus, Niger, lettera Niger. Anyway, where was I? Centum. Una ovis nigra et undicentem oves albe. Pastor unum ovem nigram et multas oves albas habet. Is est dominus ovis nigre et ovium albarum. Pastor ovi nigre et ovibus albis aquam et cibam dat. Cum una ove nigra et undecentum ovibus albis pastor in campo est. So, pastor, hic vir est pastor, in campo abulat, pastor Julius. Oves, undecentum oves, 99. This is literally 1 from 100. Is the way they would count that.
Hmm.
And French has some of those constructions in it as well. If you've ever studied French, I don't know about Spanish, whether they have anything like that or not. Canis niger, black. Undecentum oves albus et una oves nigra. Oh, there he is. So, any questions on that part? I'm not going to translate. I want to see if you guys pick it up.
Boy, kinda.
Okay. What are you struggling with, Michael?
Pastor Solos es campo.
Campus is field, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
Open space. You know, it doesn't have, anything that's field.
Line 4, pastor unam ovum nigrum et multus evus halibus habet. He has the pastor has
Shepherd.
pardon?
Shepherd.
Or shepherd. I'm sorry, I'm saying pastor. Well, yeah, pastor shepherd. Okay, shepherd has unum ovum nigrum. Would it be one black sheep and many white sheep?
And many white sheep. Yep.
Oh, okay. Albus. What is albus? Albus.
Well,
White.
Oh, nigra. It's the opposite of nigra.
yeah.
Nigra.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
God. Okay.
And, actually, that's where basically the derogatory English word derives from. It actually comes from the word black in Latin. So,
Yeah, the African country, they pronounce it Niger or Niger.
You mean Nigeria?
Yeah, well, they used to, I believe when the French pronunciation didn't have the A on the end of it. I think they called it Niger, which would be the Latin.
Well, okay. Yeah, I don't remember if that was French or what. But yeah, you're right. You may see, I do recall older naps with it just Niger. I don't know enough about the history of the country to know whether they changed it or not.
Something tells me they used to call it Niger.
Well, and that may be the French word, but the
yeah.
Most other words would have had the IA if they were proper Latin speakers.
Okay, so here we pronounce it Niger, or Niger. It would be Niger.
No, it's a
Niger.
Soft G. Okay, it's
right. So be Niger.
It's in before a G. GE is a soft G. Okay.
Right, Niger. Okay.
So it is Niger.
Okay. How come you don't roll the R in that?
Probably it's a little Niger. It's rolled.
Yeah.
But when you go to the feminine form, then the G becomes hard. So it is nigra and nigrum. There, I rolled the R's for you.
There you go.
So, so yeah, he has one black sheep, and that's kind of a sad looking sheep as far as the drawing goes. I'm judging him here. And then 99 white sheep. Okay.
Mhm.
Anything else? Okay, pastor ovi, the shepherd. Oh, sorry, pastor ovi nigre et ovibus albis aquam et cibum dat. The pastor of the one black sheep and the white sheep gives water and food, or gives to them water and food. I should say the pastor, now you got me doing it, Michael. The shepherd gives water and food to the one white sheep and the to the black sheep and to the white sheep. There we go. I'm making it harder than what it really is.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
all right. So you can see the good news is the endings, you're going to have to get used to the endings, but the good news is they're more or less the same. And actually, if you're reading, if you're just reading it or in the liturgy, you don't have to worry too much about whether it's an I stem or not, because hopefully the guy that set the liturgy, yeah, Laura, yeah, we'd be in trouble if this was classical. Yeah, hopefully the guy that set the liturgy, spelled all the words right. That's not always true. I have seen typos. So if you're just reading on and you see ovium, ovium, you can say, oh, that's a genitive, so it's of the sheep. Whereas if it's pastor or pastorum, you don't necessarily have to worry about whether it's an I stem or not. You'll just see the UM and say, oh, well, that's the genitive ending. So as I said, the endings aren't quite as bad as you might think. Where they will get fun is when you hit the exercises and you have to start typing them in. That's where they will be tricky. But if you're just reading it, it's really not that bad. And by the way, here's one. We've seen the word est before. This is the word est, long E. Est is, as in Britannia, in insula est, whereas est is from edera, or to eat. So est is eats, and edunt is they eat. Or sorry, edunt is they eat. So vir panem est, the man eats bread. Viri panem edunt, the men eat bread. So just keep that in mind. All right, next section. Anybody want to tackle it?
I'll tackle it, but I don't know if I'll be able to interpret it.
Oh, I know what. Yeah. I was gonna I was gonna answer Laura's comment. Yeah, there's two words for eat. As there is in English. And we'll pop up the Latin or the English to Latin. There's edo edi esum. Okay. And that's the one that you are familiar with. So let me pop up edo. And we look at the conjugation. You see edo, edis, edit, edimus, edi, edunt. But there is also an est. Let's see, where is he? Come on, I know you're in here someplace. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I can't find it. But yeah, there is a different form. The Adunt is part of the 8080. And let's see, this is the 8080 Asum Editum third. Okay, let me look at here. Hold on just a second. I want to track this guy down. Ah, here it is. All right, where is it? Oh, okay. I guess I'm not going to find it. I'll look it up later. But yes, all right. Who wants to try the second part?
I was going to, but I just hurt myself. I got to do some Lamaze breathing here. Could someone else step in?
Sure.
I can read it.
Go ahead, give it a try.
Cibus ovium est herba, quae in campo est. In rivo est aqua. Oves in campo herbam erunt, et aquam vibunt e. Rivo qui inter campum et silvum est. Canis.
Whoa.
What was that?
That's my phone call. I forgot to.
Oh, it was either that or you were being abducted by aliens. I wasn't sure.
I'm in my Latin class. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
This herbam known as Neque pastor herbam est.
What? Go back and read that last.
Est.
Yes, thank you.
Herbam.
Because you said the pastor is not a
Herbam est.
Is not grass
Yeah,
or green vegetation.
yeah.
So,
Cibus
all right,
est.
continue.
Okay, Cibus pastoris est manis, qui inest in saco. Julius pastoris tuo panem dat. Pastor canis suo cibum dat, canis a pastore cibum accipit. Itaque, canis pastorum amat. Is that right? Itaque? Itaque.
Yeah, Itaque.
Itaque, canis pastorum amat.
Yep. Feed a dog and he's your friend forever, right?
Yes, that's the most part. The dog loves the shepherd.
Yes. Okay. Any questions in this section on meaning? The food of the sheep is, let's just bring this up here. Just HERBA. It's just vegetation, green grass, green crops, herbage, an herb, weeds, useless plants, anything that a sort of a grazing animal would eat, within reason. So there is a word for grass itself, which is gramen, which, by the way, is another third declension noun. But herba is just sort of a generic term for anything green that's, grass, green stalks, weeds, whatever.
Not bushes or trees.
Not bushes or trees. Yes, trees are arbor. And what is a bush? I should know. After all, Moses had the burning bush. I forget. What is bush? Well, all right, let's put it in. I am neither of those look right. That's Dumus and Frutex. I'll have to look up what the burning
Try bushy.
Well, that's yeah, it's versions of those. I'll have to look up what the burning bush was. Don't recall off the top of my head. Okay, where was I? Here we go. All right, so so in Rivo est aqua, in the river is water. Okay. And the sheep in the field eat green stuff and drink water from the river, which is between the field and the forest. So rivus est inter campum et silvam. Chibus is food. Rivus, yeah, small stream.
A small river would be a stream.
Well, yeah. The problem is, okay, let's take the Mississippi River.
Well, it's not a Flavius, right?
Pardon?
Not Flavius. It's Rivus.
no.
It's a smaller portion of Flavius.
Yeah, fluvius, but yes.
Fluvius. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mississippi is a fluvius. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. What would be a rivus would be
A tributary?
around here it would be the what's the bayou that goes through downtown? I'm totally blanking on the name. Shoot.
Buffalo Bio.
Buffalo Bayou would probably be a rebus. Okay. So it's generally smaller to a stream, really, or a creek. You could even have a creek.
We get the word rivulet, which is a small, very small.
Yes, that would be
Stream.
very, very small. So
Michael, actually, it's crick, not creek.
no, that's what you have in your neck.
Midwest. It's that Midwestern slang.
I know, I know. Oh, hey, I grew up in Ohio, so I quite
Same here. Same here. How it goes in.
yeah. Yeah, born in LA and grew up in Ohio. Well, actually the Midwest, a couple places. So all right, where were we? We were talking about rivers. Okay. Canis herbum non est. Dogs do not eat grass. That's not entirely true. Dogs will go out and they'll eat it for their digestions, particularly cats as well. Nequa pastor herbum est. I guess he doesn't like salads. Cibus pastoris est panus. The shepherd's food is bread, qui est in sacco, which is in his lunch bag.
Right.
Julius pastore suo panem dat. So we know that Julius gives the shepherd his bread. Pastor cani suo cibum dat. The shepherd gives the dog his food. And the dog canis a pastore cibum excipit. Have you ever known a dog to turn down food?
No.
Very unusual. So he's made friends with the dog. So, now we get to see lupus. That is a wolf. Okay. And nubes, clouds. Now, nubes is an interesting word. We see una nubes, one cloud. Due nubes, two clouds. So if we hop over and we look up nubes, we find that, let's see if I can, that nubes is the nominative singular, but then let me bring up my slides here. Oops, wait, let me do one thing here. Come on, brain. Where is Scriba? There we go. You see that this is actually an I stem, nubium, okay? But if we bring up the chart here, nubes, but it's nubis, nubem. And so, and then the plural is the es. So it's kind of an interesting word in that the singular and the plural have the same form. Okay, where is it again? Yeah, here it is. So just, I mean, now the other forms are the same though. I mean, it just happens that the nominative singular form ends in es. And so the plural ending is usually a es. So they happen to end up being the same word there. There aren't too many of those. There's a few in Latin. So let's see. Oh, okay. So let's go back up here. Yeah. Whoa, I got a bunch of, okay. Well, let's do the next section. Any volunteers? Oh, I see my wife dropped off and came back.
Well, at least she comes back.
There we go. Sorry, Jen, I didn't see it till now. So,
I can give it a shot.
yeah, give it a try.
In Italia sunt multi pastores. So in Italy, there are a lot of shepherds. Qui via apia Roma rudicium et multos pastores videt in campis. So here we go with the pronoun thing. I'm weak on pronouns. Qui via apia Roma rudicium. So the road around Bruzicium, I can't talk. Okay. Rudicium et multos pastores. So there are a lot of shepherds. You can see a lot of shepherds in the fields along the Appia Roma.
Right.
Is that okay?
Well, okay.
No, between, it'd
The
be
Via
between,
Appia.
would it be
on the
between the two roads?
Oh, okay. Because that's between 2 points. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
that's right.
lost. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
So the qui here, which pronoun is that exactly? Because like I said, I'm weak on the pronouns.
Well,
Those roads or
No.
that
no.
road between, well, oh, gee, boy. That's a good one. I don't know, Teresa.
Okay. Qui here is what?
That's what I'm drawing a blank on.
Are you saying it is what? I don't think so.
No.
Who's on first?
I win the prize. Sweet. Those road, that road, God. It's not, it would be that road. It's either this or that, right?
So it's the road between Rome and Brundisium.
It's that road between
Brindisi.
Rome and Prodesia. Maybe that's what it is. It's that road, Qui, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
got it. Yippee.
You're ahead of me, Michael. All
Yeah,
right.
not by much, not by much.
It goes from, along the Via Appia that goes from Rome to Brundisium.
Mhm.
Multos pastores. You can see many
Yeah.
shepherds in the fields. Okay.
Right.
You can see, yeah, many shepherds. in the
Really
field.
on the road. Yeah. You can see.
Okay.
Okay.
Numerus pastorum manus est. So there are a lot of them. Pastorum is
Right. The number
shepherds.
of
The number of
shepherds is
shepherds
big.
is large. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Don't, we're all crutching along here learning it. Okay. Domini pastoribus suis cibum dant.
Right.
So the shepherds, Lord suis. So something about food. Cibum, okay. So the lords, the masters of the shepherds give them their food.
Well, yeah,
Kinda-
the masters give food to their shepherds.
Right, right.
So.
Okay, canes pastoribus cibum accipiunt.
Right.
So the dogs accept food from their shepherds.
Right.
Okay. All right. Keep going or pass off to someone else.
Keep
Oh,
going. You're doing good.
For your lips to God's ears, dude.
I'll help you along. How's that? We'll
I'll
do
do
it.
the next one. I'll do the
Okay.
next. Post campum montes sunt. Post campum mons montes sunt. So after or behind the fields are mountains. Inter montes sunt valles.
Okay, between the mountains and the
Well, they don't label any valleys in there, but the idea is between the mountains. Yeah, there are valleys. In campo est collis. Collis est mons parvus.
you got me.
Hill. I would say parvissimus. Very, very, very small. But anyway. Pardon?
So in capo es collis. So there in the field there is small shade.
There's
shade?
hill. Collis
What
is
is collis? I thought collis was shade.
no umbra.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention.
Umbra. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How do you remember umbra? Do you own an
Umbrella.
umbrella? Yes. And you can use it for either keeping the sun off, which, by the way, I do use it, around here because Texas sun can be pretty fierce. Or shade you from the rain. So either way. So yeah, umbrella.
Is that
Or you
related
can
to
use
the
it during
word,
the eclipse too. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
is that related to the word Umbria, like the around a planet?
Umbria is a city.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, it also refers to stuff in orbit around a planet, such as the rings of Saturn, but usually the Umbria means, a kind of a mess, like the asteroid belt around the sun, only it refers particularly to planets.
Boy.
That's a new one on me. Let's just add a new Umbria. I don't know. Can you see this one? Oh, no, can't see that page. Hold on. Let's do there. You should be able to see this, right? Umbria? Umbria. Is that spelled right, Jen?
Yes. Sorry, I had my muted.
That's all right. Well, there's Umbria in Italy, which I do know that. Landlocked region in central Italy. I've never. Well, let's look up simple English. One of the 20. Yeah, it's a region in Italy. I have never heard that term.
Sorry, I'm having trouble getting unmuted. As in Umbria, Penumbra, and Antumbra.
Oh, now that okay, those are both shadows.
Yeah,
Okay, the
but is
umbra,
it related to the? Okay.
yes, okay, umbra. Okay, umbra is a shadow. Okay. And so
Okay.
it's the darkest part of the if we're gonna do a lunar eclipse, so to speak.
Right, and it casts a
So it would
shadow and
be
it
in the-
travels.
Well, the umbra would be the darkest part of totality.
Yeah.
The penumbra is next to the shadow, like the penultimate, next to the last, pen, etc.
Yeah.
So the penumbra is a area of reduced light, okay, that is between the darkest part and the
But
full
it's
light.
right. It's not, it's getting darker.
Yes. So if
Okay.
you were to look at the moon very carefully, like out there tonight, I think it's about, well, it's waxing. It's probably about a quarter or so, maybe a little more, maybe a third.
Yeah, I was thinking of the eclipse we had
If you would-
the
yeah,
annular eclipse we had the other day.
yeah, but the black part on the moon out there tonight is in the umbra. It is in the shadow.
In the shadow.
But if you were to look closely around the ring of what's known as the terminator, which is the transition between the light to the dark, there would be a gray region, and that would be known as the penumbra.
Okay.
All right, where were we? Does umbra? No, I don't think umbrage comes from umbra. Let's see.
It means being upset.
Yeah, I don't think they're at well.
Uh,
let's see.
Taking, it'd be objecting to.
Yeah, let's see. No, I'm looking at well, now I take it back. Umbrage is from umbra. I looked it up. It came through the French, and it was like a shadowy outline giving rise to grounds for suspicion. And then from there, it grew into just plain offense. So, all right. That's a surprise. It seems pretty far from the original. Let's see, where were we? Yes, okay. Let's see, was I reading that? Oh no, I was reading that, wasn't I? Wow. See, you guys got me so off track that now I don't even remember what I was doing. So, Collus est mons parvus. A
You're
very
teaching Latin class.
yes. In colle arbor est. On the hill is a tree. See, one tree. Collus is one hill. Arbor is one tree. Arbores. Let's see. Forget whether arbor is masculine or feminine. Wow, I'm let's see here. I don't remember. Oh well. So in silvae multe arbores sunt. Arbor. So silva multa arbores. Oves non in silva neque in monte sed in campo sunt. In campo. And they're herbivores, so they want a nice grassy field. In silva est lupus.
Uh-oh.
I think that, well, maybe that's the black sheep. Is there a loop? No, they don't say where the lupus is. Maybe he's hiding in the woods.
Yes, the wolf.
Yeah, he would. In silva est lupus. Yes, in the woods is the wolf.
There you go.
Et oves lupum timent. Nam lupus oves est.
Okay. Oh boy.
Ego quoque. Me too. I eat, well, lamb.
Okay.
In silvis et in montibus lupi sunt. In vallibus nulli sunt lupi. So in the woods and the mountains, there are wolves, but in the valleys, there aren't any wolves. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but for the story, it is. Okay, eggs or sheep? Okay.
Sorry, I know we went over this, but I can't tell by you're speaking so fast. I can't tell whether you're talking about eggs or sheep.
Okay, oves are sheep. Ova are eggs.
Eggs.
An egg is an ovum, and eggs is equal to an ova. All right.
At the beginning of class, I thought you were saying aves and not oves.
Oh, did I say? Oh, I did say oves. Sorry, it's aves.
Okay.
And that's the plural or the singular?
What?
What
Sheep?
you just said, aves.
Avis one,
No.
one Aves,
Oh,
sheep.
okay. Now
Ave-
you're saying aves.
no, Aves is one sheep. Aves is two sheep.
Okay, but most of the time when you've been reading out loud in the text, you've been saying oves, not aves.
I'm
So I
sorry. if
can't tell.
Okay.
Well, whether you're saying sheep or eggs.
No. Oh,
If
no,
it's an-
okay. This can never be an egg. It's got an ES ending.
Sorry, I'm on my phone. I can't read this very. Yeah, but you're saying aves when you're
Okay,
reading.
even if I say Aves, it's still not an egg. That's Ava.
Okay, but which is it, an A or an O? I mean, it says O in the writing, but you're saying aves. So how do we pronounce it? It's very, I'm sorry, it's very confusing.
It should be a short O.
That's aves.
I know, and I snuck in a long O from time to time.
No, you've snuck in a bunch of A's. That's why I'm so confused.
No, I never said an ah. I never said an ah. I'll go back. When we record this, I'll go back and find it. All right, and show it to you.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will slip up and use a long O from time to time. Okay.
Okay.
But aves, no eggs, sheep. There are no eggs. Let me put it this way: there are no eggs in this chapter. Let's see. Aves non in silva. Okay, we did that. In silva est lupus. Okay,
Route 25.
that's right. We're over here. Sol, or I should say soul. See, in English, you say sol.
Now, do you actually mean aves? What you just said there?
I said aves. O-V-E-S. Short O.
That's an A, not
No.
aves.
No.
I'm hearing aves all the time, like Ave Maria.
No.
You're
It's
not
no.
distinguishing.
Hold on. It is a short O.
I know,
said it.
but you're not distinguishing when
Say
you
it
say
again.
Yes, I
Say it
am.
again.
A short O begins the O as in pot. Pot.
Aves.
That's A. Pot is ah, not a.
I
No,
said
he's saying
ah.
He's saying Aves.
I've been saying, yeah, it rhymes with novice. I've been saying aves
Exactly.
or aves.
That you just said aves, like Ave Maria, Grazia plena. Ah, if they're the same, then I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But if they're not the same,
Yeah.
you need to distinguish. There is a
They
difference.
sound very similar, but
They sound
it
very
is.
similar.
not. I think the ending, the es that Aves, it kind of like makes the O sound. The beginning.
No, it's
Sure?
in the initial sound. If you're saying aves, that's an A. If you're
I
saying
am not
aves,
But he's saying Aves. I'm getting it. Maybe you're hearing.
no, yeah, because I'm hearing an A every single time, and it's very confusing.
Aves.
It's
That would be AVES.
no, I'm saying aves.
There you go.
Pot.
Right.
I'm hearing
Aves.
I'm hearing AHVES.
But
Aves. And
no,
that's
I'm
not
not
an A.
saying aves. I'm saying aves.
Okay. That I can hear.
Okay. Aves, non in silva, neque in monte sed in campo sunt. Okay.
Yep, got that.
Okay.
Sol in cielo est super campum.
The
In
sun is-
cielo nulla nubes videtur. Celum est supra terram.
I can translate.
Terram. Okay. Celum supra terram.
Above.
Yeah, I got that too, Michael. Yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
cielo nulla nubes videtur.
Can't see any clouds in the sky.
Nice guy. Okay. Well, I don't know. Is that a cloud? Anyway. Can't say
Yeah,
that
man.
about outside right now.
Right?
And I,
No, there's
and I
no
just
clouds
saw
in
a
the
video.
sky.
I saw a video recently about the song "Mr. Blue Sky" from back in the '70s. So I'm having a
My
flashback.
God. Yeah. Oh my God. Hello, man. Wow, Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Caelum est supra terram, montes et valles campi silveque sunt in terra.
The Saveque, what,
The QUE is the enclitic that means and. It's the,
And remember?
okay, that's right.
Yep.
So, yeah, so, valleys. Give me a moment.
Sure.
All right, I'm having some brain farts
Okay.
here.
Montes, mountains.
may I
Valles,
try it?
In valley?
valleys.
Mountains and valleys, the fields and the Silviloque would be, and the forest are in the land or in the earth. On earth.
Are
Yeah.
also in the earth, are also. No,
No,
that
just
doesn't,
are.
are also, no, oh boy, that doesn't make sense.
No.
The
Mountains and
mountains and the
valleys,
valleys
fields and forests are on
are on the earth.
or on earth or in the
Right,
land.
right, or on earth. Yes, right, on, in is on this case.
Uh-huh.
See, that's the other thing. Sometimes I get confused with that in, whether it's in, on,
I know
Yeah.
it throws you for a loop. My brain goes into English
Well,
every
and
time.
that's because in Latin can mean in or on.
exactly, going into something or sitting on something.
Well,
You know?
yes, sitting in or sitting on. So
Right.
now and in English, while we use we have two different words, we do often use the in and on interchangeably in certain cases.
I would say it'd be
For
determined how it's
example,
used in the
we
sentence.
sail a boat in the ocean, right?
No, on the ocean. Well, on the ocean too would be acceptable.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I'd
exactly.
say on the ocean, not in the ocean. That'd
Yeah.
be a submarine's in the ocean.
Yeah, but
No, actually, almost the entire body of the boat is underwater with an airspace, inside. Only the top of the boat that you're sitting on is on the water, but the rest of the boat is in it.
yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jesus
So
walked
for
on the water.
example, for example, the Azores is in the Atlantic Ocean, right? And Australia is in the South Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
So the in and the on, I'm not going to say they're exactly interchangeable, but you'll see constructions with in or on that cross.
Would it be, how about Jesus in Aquam? Walked on the water.
Well, no, that you got them
They
in.
walk. Ambulant. I forgot the word ambulant. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, use the accusative. You should have said Petrus in aquam. Peter was in the water. Jesus in aqua. Jesus was on the water.
Correct.
Wait, so would it be ablative for on the water and
Yes.
accusative for in?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. Yeah.
no. Because the accusative is used, sorry, I misspoke. Accusative is used for motion into the water. So whether you would say in the water or on the water, it would be still in aqua.
Well, yeah, but it would be
So it'd
the
be-
ablative is what she's asking for. If it was, if you're on the water.
In aqua.
Yeah, in aqua. In meaning that would be the ablative.
Yes.
Take the
But if
ablative
you were
from-
on the water, it would also be in aqua.
Okay.
So in the water could be in aqua also.
Yes. Now, if
Mhm.
you're going into the water, then that is in aquam.
Okay. But if there isn't like motion towards the water, then it would be ablative.
Correct.
Okay.
Unless, yes, correct.
Got
Boy,
you.
I'm getting confused. Yeah, okay. It could be dual. It could be either motion and or a place. I mean, you
Right. Either way, it is a location.
correct. That's the word I want. Thank you. Yes, I got it. Okay. I think we're getting into the minutia of this, I swear.
That's okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see, where was it?
Minutia counts, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does.
So,
actually.
so we would not, I had it in my head a minute ago.
What?
We have mountains and valleys in the land, but no nubes in the land.
That's right. Oh, that,
Unless it's really
Hold on.
foggy and it would be really close, but
mountains and valleys, fields and forests are on
On the earth or on the
the
land.
earth, on the land. Okay, notice this is on.
Terra, right.
Now
Right.
watch the next one. In cielo, sol et nubes sunt. In heaven or in the sky. So notice in terra, on the land, in cielo, in the sky.
Well, that's the ablative case.
And that's the ablative. Well, they're both ablatives. Okay.
Oh, that's right. They long, yeah, A and I. Yeah, I mean,
so
A.
the in
Right.
refers to either on or in. For example, Roma in Italia est. Rome is in Italy. Okay.
Correct.
So in aqua means in water or on water, and you don't necessarily know. You'd need a little more details as to.
But in
exactly.
Chelo, that's pretty direct. That means in
Well, we
the
don't
sky.
say, we don't say on the sky. You know what?
Correct. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I can get that one, no problem,
Yes.
because of
Yes.
the way it's used.
Yeah.
Okay, solo es nobis sunt. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the sky or sun and clouds. Sed supra hoc campum caelum sine nubibus est.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
but above this field, the sky is without clouds.
Oh God. Yes. Okay.
Itaque
Boy, that's
lucet
an interesting
in campo. And so the sun is shining on the field or in the field.
Say that again. Lucet. Lucet.
Lucet.
Lucet. The C is the K. It sounds like a K.
No, CH. Lucet.
Lucet. That's right.
It's not a Luquette.
Right.
Say Lucet. Soft C's before E's.
Got it.
So
Thank
yeah, wow, that was kind of helpful there. So we have a on the land, in the sky, and the sun is shining in the field or on the field. I don't know. You could
I'd say
probably-
on the field. It doesn't.
Well, you
shine
could
in-
say the sun is shining in Houston, right? Or the sun is shining in LA or something. You wouldn't say the sun is shining on LA, so.
although technically that might be correct.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. You're right. If the sun is shining in Houston, then the sun is certainly shining on Houston. But again, the point I'm making here is in and on, even in English, is a little slippery from time to time. Latin sidestepped the whole thing and just made one word.
So figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
Sink or swim.
Yeah. Pastor in sole ambulat. All right. How about somebody take the next one? Then we'll have to probably stop there. So we'll be close to 9 o'clock.
I'll take it again.
you.
Don't
Okay.
hug them all then.
Well, does anyone else want to jump up and do it? I'll
Don't,
go.
don't all volunteer at once. Go ahead, Teresa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pastor in sole ambulat. So the shepherd is walking by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Sub arbore autumn umbra est. So under the tree, there is now autumn. I keep wanting to say the wrong word. For autumn is also no.
Autem is often however, but it is
Okay.
a sort of all-purpose conjunction. Let's bring up our friend here. AUTEM, and you'll find on the other hand, but yet, however, nevertheless. So it's kind of whatever fits.
Okay, I think in Francis' system, I'm walking in the sun. I was saying Sole, and I was thinking by himself,
Here,
but
let
she
me-
was saying in the sun, which is probably more accurate.
Oh, good grief. Yes, I that went right by me. Yes, the shepherd is walking in the sun.
Okay, so then
Well,
under
this makes a whole lot more sense.
it
However,
does.
wow.
However, under the tree, there's some shade. Pastor qui nullam nubem videt in cielo, cum cane et obibus ad arborum adit. So the shepherd, not seeing any clouds in the sky, with his dog and the sheep, go to the tree.
Mhm.
Pastor umbram petit. The shepherd put his petit.
The shepherd what?
P-E-T-I-T, I don't recognize that word.
Yeah, neither do I.
Seeks.
Ad umbram adit. Okay. So
The
6 so
petition.
past. Okay, so the shepherd is looking for the shade.
Mhm.
Etiam aves umbram petunt. So the sheep are also looking for shade. I can see this could be a crowd.
Ah,
Pos pastorum ad arborum adiunt. So ad arborum. So behind the shepherd ad arborum. So they're going to the tree.
behind the shepherd.
Okay, the word order is messing me up.
Which word?
So etiam the ovis over. Okay. Oh, so the shepherd. Okay, I'm sorry. That's
Okay.
those are two clauses that are hooked together. I didn't think of
clauses.
it that way. Yeah. Okay. So the shepherd are basically racing the shepherd for the shade under the tree.
Well, not quite. Not quite.
He's about to get stampeded. I'm sorry. Okay. So
No,
the
they
like
go after the shepherd behind the tree.
after the shepherd behind the tree.
Or they go, oh boy.
Etiam avis
Oh,
ubrum petut. So the sheep are also going to the shade
Yeah,
behind the shepherd.
the sheep are also seeking shade.
Right. Pos pastorum ad arborum adiunt.
after-
So adiunt, they're going.
No, after the shepherd goes towards the trees.
I'm sorry, my brain's not putting this together for some reason.
Yeah,
After the shepherd, after the shepherd, they head towards the tree.
Okay. Pastor avis suas ad arborum ducit. So the shepherd leads the sheep to the tree.
Right.
Real quick, is that Avis or Avis?
Avis.
Aves.
Aves. Pastor aves suas. So
Aves.
his sheep. Yeah.
Yes.
The pastor.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, the short, yeah, that long vowel there
Yeah, exactly.
to at least in English we want to make long. And of course, if you've been singing this in Gregorian chant, where they like to make all the vowels long, then it occasionally slips out, and I'll use a long O, oves. Yeah, not Laura. Yeah, she'd never do that. But no, it is a short O.
Was that it, or do I keep going?
No, it's 8:51. I think we'll stop it there for now.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see. Let me do a quick note. Let's see. I talk about, oh, let's not worry about that. Okay, so next time we will finish up there. I don't think,
Okay.
let's see, how much do we have left here? I don't think we might be able to sneak in, maybe start part 2. Let's see. Let me see how much we got left here. Oh, actually, we don't have that much left. Okay. Yeah, next time we'll finish up part 1 and I'll start in on part 2. And you will see, let me go ahead and close that and jump to part 2. Oh my. Man, there's a lot of exercise.
Holy mother.
Whew. Mater Sancta.
Yay.
Michael, I'm so glad you're part of this class. I really am.
What? Okay, same here, Teresa, because I think you and I think alike. I don't know what it is sometimes. We're both messed up.
All right, let me try that again. Okay, where was I? Chapter nonum, capitulum nonum. Come on,
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, wow. Okay, I was thinking we would get through this quickly, but not with that many homework assignments. Let's see. Oh, wait, is there a third section? Oh, darn it, I missed.
A second.
Let me see here. Familia Romana, Lexio Prima, Lexio Secunda, Lexio Grammatica. No, there's only 2 readings. Okay.
Teresa, yeah, it only goes up to 85, 86 lines.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's still a lot in it.
But yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So anyway, well, we'll see how far we get. Yeah, what you're going to find out is there's also a series. I should probably dig up the sounds that animals makes. Like the dog, Canis latrat, bow, bow. That's how the dog barks. Let's see. Oves, let's see. Oh, we have the oh, I thought they had what the sound the sheep makes.
I
is-
have heard a
there it is.
hilarious comedy routine about different languages and how they think, how they express how animals sound.
Yeah. Avis balat, ba ba. Okay. That works. Yeah. Ba ba. Sheep go ba ba. Okay.
Well, you gave us that link where they have the picture of the animals and then the sounds they make,
Yeah, I think I did send that out once, didn't I?
but I don't think it verbalizes it. I think it just you have to read it.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Hmm.
All right. So with that in mind, any questions before we call it a night?
All I know is this next chapter, I swear, just when I think I understood the last chapter or starting to get it, then I don't know.
I'm seeing great improvements, Michael, so don't worry about it. You're doing fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, I will probably send out this week. I have the vocabulary from each of the chapters.
Okay, Michael, when you said you were going to do that, that's why I asked for your website, because in your website it's all that formal Latin, and I'm thinking,
Right.
well, wait a minute, he said he's going to put this. Is that going to be on there too?
Now
that-
you have totally confused me, Michael.
Okay, your website,
Right.
it's real nice done Latin. It looks like you copied it out of a book or whatever. Now you stated that you're going to put in vocabulary from chapter 1 forward on your website. Is it
No.
Okay, see, that's where I kept going. I'm missing
No,
something.
my website. Bring it up here. Is the
Yes.
Thesaurus Precum Latinarum, the treasury of Latin prayers.
Correct.
It's nothing to do with the Familia Romana.
Okay, and then what would that one be? So I want to make sure that I'm getting if you're putting in notes and stuff, because I keep going to this, I go, what is he talking about? That's why I sent you that email going, could you send me your
Oh, are you talking about the videos?
Is that what it is?
Oh, the
Oh.
videos are on the Enunciation YouTube channel.
Yes, that I got. But where are you going to put the vocabulary? What's it going to be in?
Oh, I'm going to send it in an
Post
email.
it. Huh?
I'm going to send it in an email. It'll be in a PDF, like I send the notes.
Oh, just like for notification of the class. Oh, okay. I thought there was a special you had carved out just strictly for
Nope.
Familia Romana.
Nope.
This is all the stuff. Okay. Got it.
No,
I'm not going
this is
nuts.
strictly, I
No,
mean,
Latin prayers. No, I got it.
yeah, it's
That's what
separate.
that's what kept
And
blowing
no,
me
these
away.
are not out of a book, but probably 100 different books, including
Yes.
medieval manuscripts. So,
Well, let me put it this way. I know you didn't you didn't type that good or that well.
what
Yeah,
on
the
this?
Ficaris Picum Latinarum. Well, it's kind of
I
hard to
typed it
read.
all in. I'm not sure I
Yeah,
followed.
right. Yeah, cut and paste, please.
No, I typed it all in.
I like that T you made. So you made the T with the capital T. Okay. Were you a monk in a prior life or?
Oh no, there's fonts that you can do.
Okay. I'm giving you the business. Okay.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
how much money can I get for if I sell it back to you?
That's not much. I'm talking about like leaving it to Beaver, like the Wally would give the Beaver the business. I'm giving you
Oh,
the
I see.
business,
Okay.
slam, just digging at
Okay.
you. Okay,
All
sorry.
right. Where were we? All right. So, any more questions?
Oh, so read the Latino disco, and then probably would be a good idea to read the
Yes.
end
Oh, yeah.
of the chapter also.
Yeah. Let's go back to the. Okay, the Latine disco talks about the grammar of the particular chapter. So they talk about the third declension, and you can see it's pretty much all about the third declension. They do mention the edunt and the est.
Mhm.
Dum is no, well, they do mention, okay, is a temporal conjunction, which means while. So dum pastor in herba dormit ovis nigra something abit. So while the pastor is sleeping in the field or in the grass,
Right.
supra. So there, that's, but as you can see, what 2/3 of it, 3/4 of it is all on the third declension.
And then at the end of chapter 9, they have Grammatica Latina.
Right.
Read. I would assume do this and do.
Well, no, you
that.
want to read. Okay, you want to read the Latine disco. That's
Just read it.
that's
Stay
all
away
the
from the-
beginning of the. That's always the beginning of the chapter. Every
Oh, I
chapter.
understand. I read that, but I'm sitting here. It looks like this is more the end of the chapter. It looks like it gets more defined, and it
Yeah,
gives
they basically repeat in the Lexio Grammatica most of what they have here. Okay, they talk about the declinatio prima,
see.
singularis pluralis, the declinatio secunda, and then the declinatio tertia,
Mhm.
which kind of mirrors what I had in the tables here.
Oh, your tables. Okay.
Which in this case, yeah, now granted, I just gave you the endings, and here I gave you an example because I wanted to emphasize that your base may change from the nominative. In the first and second declensions, the nominative gives you the base, whereas in the third declension, it may or may not. So in the case of panis, yes, because we can do panem, panis, panis, pani. But for morse, in the case of death, we switch to the S switches to a T, mortem, mortis, morti, morte. That is a very common switch of letters. If you remember the dens and the dentists, dens,
Right.
dentin, dentist, denti. So you see a whole bunch of words that change like that. The Rex Regis, yeah, you're going to see a few that morph into something a little bit different. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I would read the Latine Disco if it helps to read the Grammatica Latina at the end. Sure, go right ahead. There's no harm in that. I will warn you, though, that if you read this Grammatica Latina, they're a bit ahead. They're actually talking about the fifth declension. So the Grammatica Latina, which I've basically told you guys to kind of ignore for the most part, is a great reference, but it's not as well it's a summary, really, is what it is, and it's not quite as synchronized as the actual synchronized with the actual text you're reading as some of the other stuff. So let's see. I think we would have to go back to see. This is the fifth. So what does the eighth have? The eighth has figures. Oh no, oh that's the same. That's interesting. Well, let's try chapter 5. What does 5 have? Res secunda. Oh, there we go. There's the declinatio tertia.
Again,
Yeah, again. So
it seems like we never touched it.
yeah, well, this was back in chapter 5, and we didn't have it in chapter 5. So that's why I've been kind of telling you to ignore the
Got it. Yeah.
Grammatica Latina that's right behind the Latine Disco.
So that's another declension beyond sight and sound is the fifth declension. As Rod
yes,
Stewart.
that's right. Yes, yes. Yeah, there was
That was
a
cute.
singing group by that name, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think it's Fini.
Do you have a balloon that you can never?
No.
Laura's probably sitting there going, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
They were a popular singing group in was it the late
I want
60s?
to say the late 70s or 70s, early
It was
70s.
the 70s. Yeah, maybe it was the 70s. Yeah, look up the Fifth Dimensions. Yeah, they had a number of hits then.
That group. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they came on scene and then they vanished.
Appeared, yeah.
And what was interesting is my son was in this. Now, of course, my son is let's see, he is 41. So he was in the hospital when he was 2. So that would have been about 84. And they actually came by in the hospital. And
Wow.
so I was like, whoa, hadn't seen
Like
you.
Make a Wish. Wow. Cool.
So anyway, so they're still around, I guess.
Yeah.
But you have to admit, or I have to admit, though, that my music is from the 60s. Of
Same
course,
here.
it's 1260, but
Oh, say that part again. The what? 60?
I said my music is from the 60s.
Or just the 60s.
But yeah, it's from the 60s, but it's 1260, 1360,
Oh,
Or could just
stop
be
it.
60.
Oh my
Yeah, the
God.
1570. Yeah, see, Laura says she's more up to date. She's in the 70s, the 1570s. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
I love the lyrics in Nick Alexander's that old time Gregorian chant where
yeah.
he says that your music is not old.
Yeah, that's right. All right, enough.
Yeah.
Let's sign off here, and I'll stay maybe another minute or two afterwards. But
I've had enough of these.
I will tune into the Astros game. So I'm going to mute everybody.
Yep.
Oratio finalis, in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Pater noster, qui es in caelis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. Adveniat regnum tuum. Fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie. Et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicurit nos dimitimus debitoribus nostris. Et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. And hopefully you can start seeing some of those third declension nouns like panem. Let's see, where was it? Debitoribus,
Tentationem?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're there. I realize absorbing everything there will be a bit fun because it's not nice and neat like the first and second, but you'll get there. And with that,